How can you cut a watermelon so it looks neat, clean, and convenient to serve to guests? A lot of people think cutting watermelon is simple, but in reality, it's not exactly pleasant. Juice runs everywhere, the flesh gets mushy, your hands end up soaked, and the whole eating experience becomes messy. Sometimes, you take one bite and juice splashes out like you're washing your face. It gets even more awkward when you have guests over. They often hesitate to eat because they don't want sticky hands or juice spilling all over the table. That's why today, Click is sharing 5 super practical watermelon cutting tips. No dripping juice, no messy hands, and every piece looks beautiful and is easy to pick up when served. It looks professional and tastes refreshing. First, cut off the stem end of the watermelon. Then rinse the whole thing under running water to wash off any dirt or dust from the outer rind. This cleaning step helps prevent dirt from getting into the flesh when you cut into it. Where are you watching from? Don't forget to leave a comment and share. After rinsing, use a dry towel or paper towel to thoroughly wipe the rind. This step prevents water from dripping down the knife and soaking into the flesh as you cut. With this small prep step, your watermelon slices will feel much cleaner and more hygienic. Now let's get started with these quick tips. Method 1. Cut watermelon into evenly sized square blocks. Clean, neat, and easy to grab. First, prepare a sturdy cutting board and a sharp knife to make cutting safer and more precise. Place the watermelon on the board, then slice it in half lengthwise, from top to bottom, to reveal the juicy red flesh. Wow! The fresh, fruity scent of watermelon is sure to make you want to take a bite right away. Take one half and place the cut side down on a clean plate, with the rind facing up. This positioning helps keep the watermelon steady so it doesn't wobble while you continue cutting. Next, slice the watermelon lengthwise into long strips about 2 to 3 centimeters wide. Make sure the knife cuts all the way through the flesh. Watermelon is a hydrating, nutrient-rich fruit that not only quenches thirst, but also supports heart health. It contains a compound called citrulline, which helps flush toxins from the body thanks to its natural diuretic properties. It also supports the production of nitric oxide, which helps dilate blood vessels and regulate blood pressure. This beneficial compound is mostly concentrated in the white flesh near the rind, so don't be too quick to discard the outer layer. After you've cut the long strips, make crosswise cuts to create evenly sized, bite-friendly cubes, each about 2 to 3 centimeters across. Now each cube looks like a cool, refreshing candy, with the flesh facing up and the rind acting like a little handle. You can simply hold the rind and enjoy. Super easy to eat, with no dripping juice or sticky fingers. Especially when served on a plate, the juice naturally drains downward, keeping your hands and table clean. With the flesh facing down, the pieces also stay moist for longer. It looks clean, beautiful, and is super convenient for both kids and older guests. Method 2. Cut watermelon into square cubes neatly arranged in the rind, both beautiful and clean. Next, we'll use the remaining half of the watermelon. Slice this piece lengthwise to create 2 large sections. Take one of those sections, then cut it again crosswise to create 2 triangular-shaped slices. Now pick any slice to begin working on. First, you'll need to separate the flesh from the rind. Gently slide the tip of the knife into the corners to create small openings. This makes it easier to lift the flesh away from the rind. Be careful during this step to avoid breaking or crushing the watermelon flesh. Once the flesh is loosened, hold it gently with one hand, and with the other hand, start slicing from one edge. You can begin from the left or right, whichever is more comfortable. Cut lengthwise into thin slices, each about 2 centimeters apart. Make 2 to 3 cuts on one side, then do the same on the opposite side so that they mirror each other. Be sure to cut all the way through the flesh. Finally, slice crosswise from the top down to divide the flesh into small, evenly sized cubes, about 2 centimeters each. Once done, All the watermelon cubes will sit neatly inside the rind, like a natural tray created by the fruit itself. You can insert toothpicks or small forks into each cube, then place the whole section on a serving plate. No need to use your hands, and no juice spilling onto the table. The rind underneath acts as a built-in base that keeps the juice from running out. When you're done eating, you can just toss the rind. No need to wash any plates. This serving style is clean, organized, and especially great when you have guests. Even if you eat quickly, the pieces won't fall apart or break. It's a super convenient way to enjoy watermelon, whether you're serving kids or older guests. Method 3. Create a watermelon boat. Creative, fun, and super easy to eat. With this method, you'll turn a simple piece of watermelon into a beautiful and eye-catching mini boat, perfect for parties or serving kids in a fun way. First, take a large slice of watermelon. You can use 1/4 or 1/3 of the whole fruit, depending on the size you want. Gently use a knife to separate the flesh completely from the rind, keeping the entire block intact without cutting it into pieces. Then place the watermelon flesh flat side down and slice it into evenly sized pieces, about 2 to 3 centimeters thick. Now for the fun part. Use both hands to gently push the slices alternately to the left and right, creating a zigzag, staggered effect. The center dips slightly, the sides lift up a bit, and it begins to resemble a 3D mini boat. You can place the sliced watermelon block back onto the original rind to make the boat look even more complete and polished. If you like, you can insert toothpicks or small forks into each slice so everyone can grab a piece without touching the rest. The watermelon juice stays neatly inside the boat, keeping your table clean. This serving style is not only visually appealing, but also playful and fun. Kids especially love it. And adults will definitely be impressed by your creativity and attention to detail in what seems like such a simple dessert. Method 4. Mini watermelon sticks. Clean, easy to eat, and visually appealing. With this method, you only need about 1/3 of a watermelon slice. Place the watermelon piece on a cutting board with the flesh facing up. Use a knife to trim off the rind on both outer edges, leaving just a thin strip of rind in the center, about 2 to 3 centimeters wide, to serve as a handle. Keeping this center strip of rind makes each slice easier to hold and keeps it from slipping when you eat. Once you've created this handle in the middle, go ahead and slice the watermelon flesh into small bite-sized pieces, each about 2 to 3 centimeters wide, depending on the portion size you prefer. At this point, the slices are neatly divided and still attached to the strip of rind at the bottom, like cute little fruit popsicles, perfect for plating or serving directly to guests. To eat, simply hold the center rind. Your hands stay dry, the juice stays in place, and your table remains clean. This presentation is perfect for light parties, picnics, or when you're preparing fruit for kids. Children are often drawn to this playful style. They'll want to try it the moment they see it. Plus, because the slices stay connected by the bottom rind, they hold their shape nicely even when moved or arranged on a plate. They don't fall apart or scatter. Simple, quick, stylish, and mess-free. This is definitely one smart way to cut and serve watermelon you'll want to try. Method 5. Cut watermelon into heart shapes. Sweet and romantic. If you want to turn watermelon into something truly special, for a loved one's breakfast, a loving afternoon tea, or simply to create a sweet surprise, this is the method for you. First, completely separate the watermelon flesh from the rind, keeping the long block intact so it's easier to shape. Use one hand to gently lift the watermelon piece, and with the other hand, carefully trim the 2 bottom edges into soft curved lines, just like the bottom of a heart. To make the curves even and balanced, use a sharp knife and move your hand gently. Next, use the tip of the knife to carve a long groove down the center of the top side, running lengthwise. This groove will form the signature dip of the heart shape. Finally, Slice crosswise through the entire piece into evenly sized sections. Each slice will reveal a bright red, juicy heart. When serving, you can arrange the heart-shaped slices with other colorful fruits, or simply place a few hearts on a clean white plate. That alone is elegant and captivating. Watermelon hearts aren't just visually charming, they carry emotion. Perfect for special occasions like birthdays, anniversaries, or simply to say, "I love you" without saying a word. Whether it's for kids, a partner, or parents and grandparents, anyone who sees these heart-shaped watermelon slices is sure to smile and feel the love. Try out these 5 watermelon cutting methods, from neat, square cubes to adorable slices for kids, or sweet heart shapes full of emotion. With just a few simple steps, you can turn an ordinary watermelon into the centerpiece of your table, bringing joy and convenience to both your family and your guests. Go ahead and give it a try. Each slice will feel cleaner, more elegant, and totally mess-free. That's it for today's video. If you have any thoughts or questions, feel free to leave a comment below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, share it with your friends and loved ones, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any upcoming tips. Thanks so much for watching and supporting us. See you in the next video. Bye for now.